All right, here we go. It's the Bill Squire show, and I'm just making sure that we're live because every week we have this situation. There we go. Now I can do it, and now we're live. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Bill Squire show. I'm your host Bill Squire. I'm here with my co-host AJ DeCosimo.
Hello.
And Tommy is out sick, but we have a great guest that I'm very excited to talk to, Larry Brazil from 1Life2Play Gaming Lounge in Parma.
Well, hello.
Thanks for coming by, man.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to talk to you about games and your you got a sports book that's going to open there eventually.
Yeah, eventually we'll get a sports book.
You're getting a sports book there?
Eventually,
You're going to see your Uncle
we'll
AJ there quite a bit. I'm going to turn into a degenerate.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God.
Have you been indulging in the sports book?
No.
Sports gambling so far?
But I'm going to be.
Okay.
I'm getting mine in now. Like,
oh, are you?
Before I can have
right,
one,
you won't
I won't be able to do it.
Yeah,
so I got to get it in
Oh,
now.
that kind of sucks, though. Well, no, you
Really
get to take some of it, though, right?
No, well, so like obviously in a partnership or investment of it, there's some sharing, some revenues in it, but it just kind of suck. Like I can't place any bets, and the thing about it is like my family can't either, like my immediate family.
Yeah, make sure they know that because Bernie didn't.
I don't want to be burned. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Kev? Buckeye City Soul, my buddy down in Columbus, who is a shoe guy, and I haven't caught up with him in a minute. So it's
Maybe
good to have
he
him
heard
on there.
me this past week on 99.7 The Blitz.
Yeah, AJ was down. We got a lot of stuff to cover this week, so we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But first, let's talk with Larry here and kind of get him up to speed and kind of everybody introduce you to everybody. So you own the Ohio's largest esports gaming lounge.
Yes, we are the largest at 12,000 square feet of space.
That's crazy.
And I mean, we're still the largest in terms of stations available, consoles. So we do casual and competitive gameplay, and video games. But most of the video games are popular ones that you can actually like earn money into if you play those competitively. So
what are those games? Because I play a little bit of video games, but I'm mostly just playing like Mario games and Nintendo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What are the games that you can play competitively and make real money at?
So
at this point?
Big money games are going to be like team-based games too.
Okay.
So they're going to be like your shooters, like Valorant,
Call of Duty, and
really actually not even Call of Duty just yet.
Oh, really?
Like, we're talking Valorant. We're talking CS:GO.
Okay.
And
are these console games?
So these are PC. These are mostly on PC. Big money's always going to be on PC.
Okay, got it.
But again, the team games. But there are
And what
some
kind of
individual
PCs
titles.
do you run there?
So I'm going to get nerdy.
Get nerdy. That's what I want to know about.
Okay.
Like that's what I want to hear about.
So we run HP Omen PCs. They're all i7 PCs, but on our streaming setups we have i9 processors. They're still, I believe they're 9th generation, but like right now they're in the 12th generation of processors. But they're still pretty powerful.
They're powerful enough,
Right.
like because they probably come out with those every year or every year.
So like this year they're in the 40 series graphics cards. We're running 2070 Super RTXs.
Okay.
But that specific one.
But you're going to be able to
2070
compete at a high level
Yes,
with the
yes.
setups that you guys
It's
have
still
there.
we find that about 95% of our customers that come in and play on PC don't have better setups than what we have at home. So we get every now and then that one person comes in and is like, my setup at home is way better than this. But also can you play with your 4 other teammates in the same room?
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and play with 4 other teammates in the same room and have the bandwidth that you need to play
Exactly.
competitively because that's a huge thing. Because I imagine you have insane internet bills.
So I mean, you want to hear a story about that? That was
let's get in.
When we started, we had a service. I'm not going to throw the names out, but we had a service that basically gave us gigabit fiber internet. It was great, and we do team with a partner. I would tell them because they're great. Arista Networks, they're here local too. But Arista is great for our network, and they do networking for companies like Facebook.
Yeah.
So they do great in the equipment and the hardware to run the network that we have. So when we had this single fiber line that came in, it was great for everything we needed to do, and everybody was able to have enough bandwidth on all their systems and all the games they would play. But what we had a problem with was with games like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty would see our particular lounge as one IP address. And that was true. We were one IP address. We just had ways in networking to split it up. So Call of Duty will only be able to run on one PC and one console, no matter if we had 65. We got 65
because you
sections.
need multiple
Because
IP
you need
addresses.
multiple IPs. So we did hook up with a company. Now that's Spectrum. Is great. Spectrum
Yeah.
Enterprise. We were actually able to negotiate ourselves what's considered a Class C license. So this is a license that a university will have.
Okay.
Meaning that every individual dorm has its own dedicated IP address. So we have access to 128 dedicated IP addresses going through 1Life2Play. So anytime you're playing there, it's like you're sitting in your own home playing right next to the person.
And that
that's also
allows you
sitting in your own home.
to play at that higher level like you were trying to get
At the
to.
same time.
Yeah,
at the
that's
same
great.
time.
Now I know where I'm going if I want to send threatening emails.
Well, again, we got our network. We got our network together. We know what's going on. No nefarious activity is going
No
on.
nefarious activities. All right, fine.
So what got you into video games in the first place? Like, what was like the first game you remember playing? And you're like, this is like not like maybe not the first one you played, but the first one that you're like, I'm in on this. Well, give me the first game you remember playing, and then like the one that got you like into this life.
The first one I remember playing would be Duck Hunt.
Okay.
So we got the Mario Duck Hunt. My brother was like infatuated with the Mario side, but
Yeah.
I was on a Duck Hunt with the Zapper because that thing was magical.
So
to me.
you've been
Yeah,
like
I
a
did the same
shooter
thing.
right off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was magical. To have this gun that you just point at the TV, and it took me months to figure out how that thing was working. Like
Dude,
I did not understand it.
I don't think I still understand it, but I remember being like a little kid at my cousin's house because we didn't have a Nintendo. My cousin had one, and I'm watching them play Duck Hunt,
Mhm.
and I'm like the dog's popping up with the ducks in his mouth, and I'm seeing the ducks reacting, and I'm like probably 4 or 5 years old at this
Yeah.
point, and I'm like, this is insane
Yep.
that you can do this.
Yep.
Because like I'd
was
seen
magic.
video games at arcades, but like we were in their house, in their basement, playing. Like it was magic. It was so cool.
That's when the video game industry turned. Like
Mhm.
video games were big in arcade, but when they started putting them, it started with I think like the Channel F was like the first thing before even Atari was able to be in homes.
Yeah.
But when they were able to put those video games inside of a home and play it on your living room TV,
Yeah.
that's where magic was made.
It changed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mario was huge, and I didn't actually own an NES until I was in high school. I bought my friend's old one
Yeah.
just because I had gotten so into gaming. Because like I got I think the first gaming console that we owned in our house was TurboGrafx 16.
Yeah. I love that.
We got that in
I
like
love that.
91 or 90 or 91.
Oh, that's still pretty late.
Yeah. And
yeah, that's
so,
late.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
Yeah.
But because my parents just they didn't want to get us one.
Okay.
We had like computer games, like, but it was all like educational stuff, like Reading Rabbit and shit like
See, I
that.
think about 91. I was already on like Super Nintendo. Was it 90? No, it was probably a little later than that.
90, I think I've been watching a lot of video game history lately, and I think the 91 was when Super Nintendo finally came out.
Maybe
in
that was
America.
it. See, I never
91 or
owned,
92.
I never owned one, so
Yeah.
I was always going to my friend's house. Like we owned an NES. And
Yeah,
then
I
we
played a
owned
lot at my
Genesis.
friend's house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't own another Nintendo after our NES until GameCube came out.
Okay.
And I was probably 18, 19.
I
then.
waited in line at the Super Kmart in Medina to get the GameCube at midnight. That was like one of the first like midnight releases they did.
I don't think I ever got a console on release until the Xbox One.
Okay.
And I only did that because I was working for the company at the time, so
Okay.
it was pretty easy.
AJ, are you did you have experiences like this? I mean, you're a little bit younger because we're both 40, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You just happy birthday from last
Thank you.
month.
Thank you, sir,
Happy birthday.
for that too.
No, I played video games when I was a kid.
Yeah, but like, what was the first one you remember playing?
I mean, we had a Genesis. That was
Okay.
the first one that we got.
You're a
when I was
Sonic
kid.
guy?
Yeah, I loved Sonic.
Sonic was great.
I love Sonic. I like Golden Axe.
Oh, I remember
Oh,
Golden
yeah.
Axe.
Golden Axe.
Was that
and
that was
Streets
a-
of Rage?
Streets of Rage was a really fun
That
game
was a
too.
fun game.
Yeah.
But the first game I remember playing that like I was just like, wait a second, this is different. Was GTA 3.
Oh yeah.
Grand Theft Auto
okay.
3. That was like the first like where I looked at video games and like, oh, this is a phenomenon.
Yeah, we're in a different
Yeah.
world
Yeah,
now.
this is everything's completely changed, and I credit the Grand Theft Auto games for the sole reason why I'm not like a criminal
Yeah,
because I got to do
out.
like everything
Yeah.
I wanted to do ever, or not wanted to do, but I was just like, hey, I wonder what would happen.
What
if I
would
just
happen? Let me try
Took
it
a
out.
bat and beat the shit out of some dude
walking down the
just
street.
walking down the street.
And that also goes to like against the what they were talking about,
The video games make you wanna do
make
that.
you
Yeah.
want to do that, but like a lot of people are like, nah, I get it out there. Kev on the text says TurboGrafx was awesome. Bloody Wolf and Vigilante were my two
Bloody
favorites.
Wolf. That was
Bloody
the game.
Wolf was a
when
great
you said
game.
TurboGrafx, that's the game I was trying to think of
Yeah.
too.
And Vigilantes was great too. And
Okay,
that was
I don't know if
basically
I
one where
played
you
that
just
one.
like walk down the street and you just beat the shit out of people. And it was really fun. It's kind of like what was Double Dragon?
Double Dragon. See, those were the games that actually, when you talk about them, like that's what made me really get into the games.
Mhm.
Like this is what at that time I wanted to make games.
Mhm.
So it was games like Alter Beast or Double Dragon, those little platformers that
Yeah.
had the more of the sprites and the pixelated arts that made me think like, how is this working? How is this happening? Because most of those games, like Castlevania, most of those games had these like predetermined paths to the villain. So I remember always going to the library and looking up like walkthroughs.
Yeah.
These games, and it hit me at one point like, how do they know that this is going to happen all the time? Like this, and it's this program.
And then you start to understand the programming and the patterns that are built into it. So there was an Atari like tabletop machine at the health club that we would go to, and it had like Space Invaders and stuff like that. So I would play that a lot there, just because I think it was on free play. Maybe we just like sit down and play it, and so I play that for hours. Like I'm supposed to be playing like tennis or some shit, and I'm like, I'm just playing video games. But that was so yeah, like figuring out those predetermined motions of the games and just playing games for hours and hours. I remember when we got a Genesis. So we had the TurboGrafx 16, and then we got a Genesis. And one of the first games we got was the X-Men game, which was one of the hardest fucking games I've ever played.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever beat it. I don't think we ever.
I don't think you were supposed to. It was more just one of those.
Yeah.
Just go have fun. It wasn't.
But it wasn't
go
fun
beat
after
it.
a while because you're like you're so. But I remember Bonk's Adventure was one on the TurboGrafx 16 that I did beat. Like I got really good at that one because that was like their Mario. That was their Sonic.
What was the first? Was that the first game you beat? What was the first game you beat?
That was the first game I beat. Was Bonk's
Yeah.
Adventure.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was very proud of it.
First.
Like I remember like taking a picture with like a camera of the windscreen, and my mom's like, "Why would you take a picture of that?" I'm like, "This is the only." I'm 9 years old. This is the only thing I've ever accomplished. I'm very proud of this.
You go to
all right?
school the next day, like, yo, look at this.
Yeah.
Trying to think of the first game I think it was like a Crash Bandicoot game.
Okay.
It was like the first game I ever beat.
Yeah, I would strike. You strike me as a Spyro the Dragon.
Oh, I loved Spyro.
Yeah.
Spyro was fantastic. I remember when we had the first gen PlayStation. We had it like Parappa the Rappa.
Oh man.
And what it was Spyro and
Well, and just that time from like
Siphon Filter.
See, but I had
Filter.
Metal Gear. I had Metal Gear.
Oh,
Metal
Gear,
Gear, yeah.
right, yeah.
But you just look at how much games advanced from, I mean, 1990 to 1996 because that's when the N64 came out. Was 96.
You just spend all your knowledge. Like he's been watching. these
Right, I've been
videos.
watching stuff, but like,
And
but
GoldenEye's another
GoldenEye,
game.
GoldenEye's
yeah.
another one that
Completely
changed things. But Mario 64, I'm a big Mario fan. Like I love Mario games. But Mario 64 was the one that was just took me in, and I beat that game so many times. I like could run through it no problem.
So
it was so much fun.
Switch has this expansion pack thing. Like if you subscribe to
Oh, I
Nintendo
got it,
Online, you can go back and play these 64 games.
Yeah.
And they just put the Mario 64 on there. So many people come into the lounge and say like, I just want to play Switch. Gotta play Mario 64. Gotta play Mario 64. I was like, there's so many other great games, but they want to go back.
It's a classic, man. It's a
Oh,
classic. And I've been going back and playing that. I've actually been playing. I brought my Switch. We're gonna do a speed run of Mario 3 later in the episode.
What?
So we're all gonna take turns playing the first level.
Oh,
see.
I don't get past like 1, 2.
All right, well, we'll see who all we're doing is whoever can get to the end the fastest. We'll see how much time is left on the clock, and we'll see. And I've honestly been playing that game a lot, so I feel like I have a
gonna be
good
cool.
chance
And
of
we're
winning.
just trying to get to the
But
end.
whoever
fast,
comes
right?
in second,
Okay.
that's cool too.
I know speedrunners that play that with like coin minimums. Like
Yeah.
you can't so it reduces the fact like you just running through or
Yeah,
take shortcuts or anything.
Oh, maybe we should do a coin minimum.
No, don't do that.
Okay,
Don't
all
do
right.
that. That
Not-
that's it.
not
That's
today.
okay. I didn't put that in the right perspective. Pros,
Yeah.
pro speedrunners do
Got
that
it.
kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Got it. I love Mario games, and my girlfriend got me Super Mario Maker 2 for Christmas, and so that kind of like reignited my love for
Doing
that,
some
and
user
especially
user
like a
maps.
side scroller. Man, side scroller it's simple because when it comes to some of the games that you play competitively and stuff like that, I was never a first person shooter guy. Like
No?
like GoldenEye was the one that I liked, and then it got so much more advanced. It got so fast,
Yeah.
and I just did not have the reflexes and
It's
everything to
dexterity.
stick with it.
Yeah.
It's a different level, and I would just get lost, and I just couldn't.
Or
stick
even
with
now,
it.
like comparatively speaking, you're too old to do that now.
Oh
too.
yeah, like literally too old. You
They
can't-
have this thing in esports, like the dwindling age range.
Yeah.
So when you look at like an esports player that plays first person shooters, like by age 22, they can't play. They can't
play at that level
They can't
anymore.
hang at that level because you're talking like you're competing against 15, 16-year-olds, those just entering college.
Mhm.
So even by that 22, 23-year-old age, they're looking at coaching or
Yeah.
going into content creation because they just don't play like that anymore.
And so that's kind of an interesting thing because I feel like a lot of parents are like, "Oh, you can do this later," but like they really can't. Like
Yeah,
the way
no.
your body reacts to these games, you need like there's a short window. It's like gymnastics.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
you
yeah.
can do it for these few years, and then you're fucked. You're
Exactly.
done. You're not
and
doing it.
if you didn't get an endorsement deal or
Yeah.
or start a business or do something
Or
else
be-
with
or,
it,
yeah.
with that talent, then
Did
yeah,
you
you might as well
play
just go.
competitively?
no, I did not.
Okay.
Not to a level. I do compete in tournaments when
Okay.
when I can. Like my game is Madden, so
Okay.
I play a lot of Madden
I
tournaments.
would
when
love to
can.
play Madden with you.
Oh shit!
I would
you
love
good at
to.
Madden?
What?
I was at
terrible.
one point. I was very, very good at Madden. It's been a few years.
All
I'm gonna
right.
stop up. We're gonna play some Madden.
I love Madden.
Can we play Madden?
Yeah, we can
I
play Madden
stopped up?
anytime.
Okay, what's the trick to playing Madden? Because I get smoked when I play Madden.
Understanding football.
I
Yeah.
feel like I do understand football, but I also like understand what
Learning
I'm
how
good
to
at.
use audibles.
Okay,
I think that's the trick.
so you
Learn
actually
how
have to
read-
like
how
read
and
the
when, how and
defenses.
when to use audibles.
Okay, so you're actually like, see, I was always just like when I would play it, I'd just be like, put it on easy, maybe medium, and then just run up the score.
Oh no, I want
Yeah.
it as hard as
You
humanly
want it as hard as it
possible.
can be,
I want it
put it
so
on
hard.
simulation, all Madden. That's
Yeah.
what you do. So
and that's how you get good.
that's how you get good. Yeah,
Okay.
if you're trying to play the computer. Otherwise, if
Now,
you're really
who
trying
do
to get good,
on
play
defense.
online.
On defense, when you're playing Madden, how do you like let it autoplay, or do you kind of like who do you play as?
I stay on the defensive line.
Okay.
And then
That's what I would do.
I'll watch the play formation.
Yeah.
But again, you can. It's a hard thing to teach people that
Yeah.
just start off in Madden 2, but you don't have to just audible on offense. You can audible on defense.
Yeah.
So if you see like a slot open, a man uncovered, audible into it, but then stay on your defensive line.
Yeah.
But then after that, get to the ball. That's it. Get to the ball.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
And like, because what I would always try and do is I'd play against my one buddy, and I would play on the defensive line, and then I'd try and like switch to the player that like if he was throwing the ball or whatever, the closest
Mm-hmm.
player. But I was just the type of player that like I'd be going the wrong way. Like I just didn't have the
Oh, let go
reflexes.
of the stick.
yeah.
Okay, that's the first. Okay,
That's
the
that's
first
like
thing.
yeah
let go of the
exactly.
stick.
Well, I
And-
figured that out eventually. You let go of the stick, you kind of let it auto do it, right?
Yeah. You just want to switch on them until the game, depending on like the year of Madden you play, there
Mhm.
may be some different tricks to it. But ultimately, as long as you switch the player and don't press any other button, you'll still have computer control over
Yeah.
it. So definitely don't move.
Yeah.
But then when you switch the player, the newer years of Madden will tell you what to do. So they're like quick time presses, even in simulation. They're like these quick time buttons that you can press.
Oh wow.
So you never even have to move the stick if you really
Wow.
don't want to.
Okay. All right.
I also love 2K.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I love 2K. The only
See, I
problem
love
So my
2K.
son loves 2K. I'm not that big on it, but I can play
I
it.
love 2K. The only problem is I'm such a bad shooter. I
Uh-huh.
can't like get it like in that
You
meter.
can't time it.
Time
yeah.
I
it.
can't time it
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
See, I was good at 2K until like 2005, and then I stopped playing for a while. and same with Madden. Like I'm being a little bit, but like I was okay. I could play a game, but then like I stopped playing, and then like I got a free copy of 2K a few years ago, and I tried to play it, and it was like watching
It's
a baby
changed
play.
massively.
Oh yeah, I know, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't think I can keep up with this.
Yeah.
All the advancements they made, it makes it so much more in depth to the point where that's why I'm like, I'll just go play Mario.
People tell me that it's in depth. I don't think so. My basketball game of choice is Live over 2K.
Well, I liked Live, but
Yeah.
Live went away for how long? How long was
years?
Yeah, there was no Live.
It made a peak again. What year was that? 17 was it? No, they made it 19. They made it 19. They made 14, and then they made 19 again, and then that was it. But you know, Live to me was more what basketball is and playing that. I never really liked 2K basketball. I always liked 2K's football, and I can't wait till 2K makes another football game.
Are they supposed to?
There's still word. There's just rumors.
Just rumors that because
license
Madden's had the monopoly on that for like 20 years. I feel.
Well, unless something happens in like the first quarter or two of this year, this is the last year that EA can make the Madden game.
Okay.
But that's a players association thing, not necessarily NFL's license. It's the PA.
So similar to like I remember playing. I think Madden didn't have the players association license in the like N64 days of Madden.
No, yeah.
And so like you're playing as the Broncos, but everybody's just a player.
Yeah.
Like nobody had names.
Yeah, that year that license went to. Oh, it wasn't a Madden game.
It wasn't Madden. It was wasn't
Tecmo?
No,
it wasn't
Tecmo.
No.
It was fuck. What was it?
Was that Buckus or some?
Was it the Favre one? Was there a Favre game from it?
I know a Favre game.
There was a Joe
PlayStation.
Montana
that was
game
PlayStation 1.
for Genesis. What was the?
I don't even know what to search for. I'm trying to think like what would I Google? Football games in '96.
Yeah, like
that's gonna be just dumb.
NFL
No,
license.
you don't Google that. Football games in '96.
Yeah.
They're gonna show you all the NFL games.
Right.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah. So, what's the most you've ever won playing Madden? Have you like won prizes?
Like $200.
$200. That's still a nice day.
A couple years ago, I almost won $1,000, but it was a winner take all, and he beat me on the last play of the game. He intercepted when I was going for the game winner and not to take it to overtime, but he just intercepts the ball and literally runs it all the way back. So
that
was a bummer.
Kev brought up Blitz. NFL Blitz was one of my favorite games. NFL Blitz was so much because that's more. I'm a button masher.
Never given a license to NFL Blitz.
Yeah, but I think they had the license when it was in the arcade though.
We can make a new Blitz and put Hamlin on the cover. Is that too soon?
That's
Is that too soon? Is that too soon?
But hey, if he gets all the money, then it's worth it, right?
He's already getting all the money.
He's getting all the money, but
his
contract isn't like a huge contract.
Dude, but they're giving him the contract money, which is like nearly it's like 45% of what he would have lost. 45%.
Yeah.
So that's a big chunk to still give him, and then he's also getting. I know it's not going to him. I know he can't write it all off, but that donation money is huge.
Right, but that's not going to him. That's
he's just.
But I mean, the dude died on the field for a second, man. Are you mad about that? Are you a little bit what's his name? Skip Bayless on that?
I'm gonna mix in this.
All right.
I guess we're just not following the rules.
Yeah.
That's what it comes for me. Like.
They're making exceptions. I think there's always exceptions to the rules. And I think that's okay. And I think it shows, hopefully that'll come up in the collective bargaining agreement and be like, hey, we're going to start guaranteeing these guys contracts because they're putting their body on the line.
Regardless
pay
of
them the
injury.
money.
Yeah.
Pay them what they deserve. The
maybe,
billionaires are,
I think it would be different if it wasn't as deep.
Yeah.
It seemed like such a deep cut.
Yeah.
I think it was going from like 850 to 360,000.
Yeah.
But that's a deep cut. So like if the cut is more like 800 to maybe 600, 650, maybe you don't renegotiate it in these situations and you still
right. But that's also like shows like everybody thinks that if you are in the NFL, you are making hundreds of millions of dollars, and like a guy like him, he's doing great. That's great money. But it's not what, Aaron Rodgers is making.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
and he's out there.
Speaking of, is he done?
Aaron
Think
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is done.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Hamlin still.
Yeah,
No.
I think
No, I think Hamill will play again.
I think we'll see.
Well, he played for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Rodgers? No, he
Rodgers.
says he's not surprised if Green Bay replaces him. He wouldn't be surprised at all.
Mm.
I
Do they
think
cut him and let him? I mean, well, can they? They gotta trade him though
Yeah, they'd have
with
to
that
trade him.
contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's working on a Clowney move. He just wants to say something to the
Yeah.
press to just tell him to go home.
And he will.
So you think Jordan Love's going to be the guy?
I think for a few years, but I don't think he's gonna be like the guy that takes. I think they're gonna have to rebuild.
It should have been.
They've had a real good run, so I think
Well, they've
There's-
had all like 35 years of amazing quarterback
yeah.
play.
So I think they're hitting the point where they go, okay, we gotta build this back up because, I mean, and if you can do it right, you can do it quick. The Jaguars are on the way up. They did it in a few years.
Yeah. It wasn't even that long ago. They were in the AFC title game.
I know, right?
The
With Blake
Jaguars.
Bortles.
I know.
Imagine if there was legal betting then,
Oh,
and all these people are like, "Why would you bet that Blake Bortles is going to win a playoff game and then get them all the way that
Hey,
far?"
I betted that Geno Smith would.
Hey,
the
but
Seahawks,
Geno's
what the NFC is looking like right now.
Yeah.
I'm putting the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
I want to
Oh,
talk
really?
About, I
Yeah.
want,
okay. That's a hot take.
no, my hot take is I want to see. I'm impressed with Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah,
That dude's amazing.
he's like the new Cinderella story.
Yeah, it's Brock Purdy, right?
Yeah.
After Mayfield, that's the Cinderella story. After
Oh, he
Mayfield.
had Mayfield had 2 good games with the Rams, and that was it. Like, and that's his. He'll be a backup for a while, but I don't see him being in the NFL for much longer.
I mean, Purdy can do something. I guess like he's a name to
He's-
me like a Mac Jones. Like you're gonna hear him
Yeah.
this year, but I don't know, like if that's prolonged.
I mean, sell us on Purdy.
No, I mean he's just like I'm just watching him. I'm like, this dude has like tremendous intangibles that are just like it's just like how did you see that? You're like you were Mr. Irrelevant, and you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll see him make plays, and I'm just like, this is amazing that a guy that was the last pick of the NFL draft is seeing that.
Yeah, he just still didn't even get opportunity though. That was the same thing,
Right.
Like they
Well, that's-
Denver moved from him, right?
But that's why Tom Brady was such a low draft pick because he didn't play that much in college. Like if you remember, because who was the?
Well, no, I think didn't he win a national title in college?
Brady.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, but I think
he has a ring,
But I think he was.
or maybe he was a backup.
He
to
was a backup, but he played, I think, part of the season. But whoever,
Brian Greasy, maybe.
yes, I
Yeah.
think that's who it was. And so that's who all the eyes were on, and they weren't really paying attention to Tom.
Mm.
And then he was also like, his combine was ridiculous with his running and all that
Yeah.
shit. But he knew the game, and so I think it's cool when you get to see somebody. I mean, and that's why it's cool to see somebody that's like a late round pick
But that's
do
what I'm
well.
saying. Is Purdy that? Because I
don't know.
It's hard
We don't
to,
know. We
yeah,
don't
it's
know
kind of
yet.
hard to see a ton. I don't.
I think Tom Brady's the one and
Yeah,
like,
you ask
there's
somebody
never going
There's
to be
never
one
gonna be
quite
something like that ever again.
Yeah.
No,
But
I mean,
Purdy can be good.
Yeah,
If you ask somebody who would be the next Tom Brady, you can't pick because I don't think you don't see Tom Brady coming. You never saw him coming.
well, I mean, if you're asking me right now who's the next Tom Brady, well, or like anything that could resemble it, I mean, Brock Purdy has a chance because I mean, like
He's the closest.
he's the
and, like,
closest to it,
and what he's
that's
done this
currently
year.
still standing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the only guy that kind of came close was Matt Hasselbeck because he was a 6th round pick.
and he
had like a great
and
career.
he's still so far behind. That shows,
Yeah.
but that shows how amazing
right, how amazing that
yeah,
story
that
is.
story is. I mean,
We'll see if
even
we
Tony Romo, because he was. I mean, what was he undrafted?
Yeah, he was undrafted.
He was undrafted, and then he had a very solid career.
Well, Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner was
But
awesome.
Kurt Warner was before Tom Brady.
Yeah, but still had one of the coolest NFL careers.
He was
and
the
one
only,
of the coolest jerseys.
Yeah.
the only jersey I ever had.
Really?
Yeah. I had a Kurt Warner.
The
jersey.
Rams or the Cardinals?
The Rams.
I had the Kurt Warner jersey with the Olympic Air Force the Air Maxes. The
Oh,
two
yeah.
Airs. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
Olympic colors.
Those are good.
That was awesome.
What was that other guy's name? The Houston Texans quarterback for a while.
Schaub?
Matt Schaub.
Matt Schaub was
He was pretty good.
because he took over for
Michael Vick.
and
And
then
then he went to Houston.
Then he went to Houston, had a few decent years
Yeah.
there, and then a few decent years with the Raiders. And by decent, I mean like he was a middle of the road
Acceptable.
quarterback. Yeah, he was. He got
No, he was. I would say he was above. He led the league in passing 2 years.
Did he?
Yeah, he
Oh
was.
wow.
He had a really good career.
Okay.
Hold on, I think he did.
Did he win?
No, he didn't win
He
anything.
didn't win it.
But neither did. But a lot of guys. Marino didn't win anything.
Oh, now
And-
you're going way back.
Yeah. But Marino was. I mean, imagine Marino with his accuracy and arm strength, and he did all that shit in the '80s when you could beat the shit out of wide
But Marino's
receivers.
going up against Young. Like,
He
I
was
don't
just-
know. Like,
he was just ripping it.
He's still just down there.
Yeah. But he
I'm
was-
not far down. I'm not putting Marino out of the top 5, even of the era or of all time. I don't know. Is Marino? Yeah, Marino
I mean, he
might
just
be-
didn't. He
of
didn't
all
win.
time, he might be outside my top 5.
He didn't win Super Bowls, so people think of him lower. But like, he still holds, or he's close to the top of passing records in an era where it was a lot harder to pass.
Yeah.
So
True.
Matt Schaub, 2-time Pro Bowler, led the league in passing in 2009.
okay,
1
that's
year,
awesome.
1 year.
That's a good.
Yeah,
that's
good career.
That's a good thing. That's a
But
good
for
thing.
a guy that got drafted in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, if we're talking 3rd round, we're talking that Russell Wilson's up there.
Well, yeah, Russell Wilson, obviously Joe Montana, and
Yeah.
then Nick Foles.
And
You see, Geno Smith passed Russell Wilson's single season record for most passing yards.
Yeah.
like
just like that.
just like that.
Brett Favre was a 2nd round pick.
Yeah, he
and
was. He's my favorite football player of all time.
really Brett
Yeah.
Favre.
He was my hero.
He's a great football player. Terrible at taking dick pics.
Yeah, and
Who's the best? Who would you say was the best?
I don't know, but his dick pic.
I don't know, I'm
Did you ever
pretty
see
good.
his dick pic? Because he's got these big, meaty. I mean, his hands are gigantic. So I don't think people give him credit for the dick size because he's holding it in his big fucking meat claws, and so then his regular sized dick looks tiny because he's got such big hands. He
No
just
matter
doesn't know.
what the
He just
size,
didn't
just let
know.
it hang. That's how
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I've always said that. I've always said that since day one, man.
Yeah. So, what events do you guys have coming up at 1Life2Play?
Oh snap! The calendar.
You want me to pull it up?
We have a few things depending on your liking of video games.
Okay.
Put it that way. So like if you like Call of Duty, you like shooters, you
Yeah.
want to check out every other Wednesday. So tomorrow be the first one of this year. We do Wednesday Warzone, but wins we spell it with WINZ. It's a
Yeah.
play on words.
Yeah.
Wednesday Warzone. So we get together, play some Warzone. It costs you time to play, so that's game time.
Okay.
You play hourly. We're trying to set up a leaderboard for Warzone, so we want to build that community up a lot more. So we have a few gamers that come out for that on Wednesdays. On February 11th, we have a Mario Kart tournament. So it's Mario Kart Grand Land.
All right.
So we're landing up multiple switches. We'll have 2 races of 12 players going on at a time. So you can come out for that. That's only $5 to come out to play in that, and $5 for the bracket.
I
mean,
will
I'll
show
come.
up.
I'll come lose $5 because I will not
show
win.
up if you have a fight night tournament.
So fight night. So we made something pretty interesting.
Oh fuck! Fight night. I forgot about that.
Fight night was so much fun,
So much
dude.
fun.
So we have some players that were on our esports team out in Pakistan, and they do this very interesting thing in Pakistan arcades. Is you can play them for free, and if you lose, then you pay your quarter to the arcade.
Okay.
You pay a quarter if you lose. So what we're bringing to the U.S. is one of our first events that we're calling Free Tekken. So we're bringing Tekken 7 on PS4, and it's free, absolutely free. You come in, you can play casual sets. We just have 6 stations head-to-head set up for Tekken 7. Play as much Tekken as you want between 8 and 12 p.m. every Friday for the next 8 weeks. And that starts this Friday.
8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
8 p.m. I'm sorry,
8
8 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Friday
Cool.
night,
And
you
what
can come
time
out
do
and
you
play
guys close?
Tekken. Friday nights, we close at 12. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, you can play until we close, from 8 till close.
That's
You play
really
some Tekken. If you lose, you then pay $1 to the pot. So you have to
Okay.
play at least the first to 3 set with someone. Now now this is only if you want season points. If
Yeah.
you want season points, for every win you get 1 season point. At the end of 8 weeks, whoever has the most wins gets the pot.
That's
So
cool.
for all those losses, you get all those dollars.
Yeah.
For the first Friday, this Friday, we will pay your first 2 losses.
Okay.
So if you come out, you lose twice, you can still hang out, play some more Tekken if you want. You're just not playing for season points. but we'll cover your first 2 losses.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love that, and I love that you're giving people incentive to come and play all these different games and all these different styles of tournaments and stuff like that. And we had talked a little bit at your birthday about the esports book. How much can you share about that, and like what exactly?
So what we
happen?
So what we'll be doing is right now we have a esports wagering app. It's called Bragging Rights. So you can go to braggingrights.live now to get access to that wagering app. The wagering app is a 1v1 wager. So if you were playing Warzone and I play Warzone, we can wager each other. So they're 1-to-1 ratio tokens. We keep nothing for this. So it's basically if you go buy some tokens,
so if I'm playing somebody on, and then we can keep track of our money.
Right. You keep track immediately when the win happens. Yeah. So you'll be sharing your gamer tag too when you set up your account. So all of it's actually tracked unless the particular game asks you to share a screenshot of the scoreboard at the end of the game. But you can wager me in the game of Warzone. We do Warzone, Fortnite. We also do Madden on there too, and I think we have called 2K on there as well. Nice. So you can wager each other in matches. So what Bragging Rights is basically going to be doing is we're looking forward to bringing that philosophy, what we want to do in esports, to the entire lounge. So we will be on our way to bringing in a bar so we can do some alcohol sales. We're on our way to achieve that.
Now I'm getting more interested.
Are there any an underground fighting?
No.
Ring?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll show up. I'll play some bets down.
You can hear my wink on there's no underground fighting.
No underground goat fights. No, we're not doing that.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
But that's the biggest plan. So once we kind of get those things together, we'll be announcing some more things to come to the 1Life2Play Esports Lounge. But we hope to bring, as we bring all this together, first offering a kiosk space for sports betting in Ohio. Into that space, and then pretty soon, with down the road, we want to look at that esports book.
That's really cool. And so when it comes to esports betting, like, it's going to be similar to how you bet on any sporting event, where there's odds and parlays and prop bets and stuff like that.
Yeah, so now when they exist, even now that it's in Ohio, I used to have to go out to Vegas to get access to it. But even now, when bets exist in esports, there's no huge tournaments going on now. But like in the summer, when the international is going on for Dota 7, those sort of bets are available in a sports book that exists now. By giving access to, being able to possibly have our own sports book, means that we'll be able to create those own tournaments or even set those same bets for the tournaments that exist too.
Now, with all this gambling that's out there now, how likely do you think, how there's going to be a scandal? I'm not saying it's going to be esports. I'm not saying, but it's going to be.
Bernie started it. No.
Someone's going to throw games, throw fights, point shaves. Something's gonna happen.
I don't think so.
I think something's gonna happen with it being so readily available.
That would have happened when it was illegal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with AJ. It's like if we were, Ohio's just now getting to the party. The party's already
been going.
And people were doing this illegally for.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
but I don't know if the fact that it's legalized is really going to open it up as much as it already exists.
Are you saying in terms of esports over sports?
No, I'm saying I think because as it gets more and more available, I think there's going to be someone that's going to do it.
But fantasy football has been legal this entire time. That didn't stop NFL players from like winning in their fantasy leagues. Or like doing
things. They did.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, but we don't even know.
Did that happen? No, I don't know.
If you did not want your team, your opponent, to get some points, I would have catched that touchdown either.
No, I know, but that's not going to preclude anybody from like. I don't know. So
I think there's going to be. With it having happened in basketball already, with the refs, and we have Pete Rose and stuff like that. I think there's gonna be a big sports gambling.
You know a way to curb that though? You let them bet on other sports.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, if you let athletes bet on
Yeah,
other
that's-
sports, you take kind of at least 90% of that temptation away.
I think more. No, you can't let them bet on other sports
Why?
either.
Why is that?
Bec-
I don't
I
see. I
think-
don't see a problem with Russell Wilson betting on the Bulls game.
because they have friends. Because
Because they're connected.
the connection
Yeah.
that you have at that elite level of being a professional athlete, like
Yeah,
you
but
still
I don't think most of them really know each other. I mean, I guarantee you that there are I don't know, like maybe if you're like LeBron,
But
like
okay,
you kind of have access, but I guarantee you most of them don't know each other.
well, I guess in that instance, and yeah, go ahead and let them bet on other sports. But then why not their own sport? Because in that same instance, you can be LeBron stepping onto the court and see Jay-Z on the side, and you're gonna act like you don't know him. But Jay-Z don't got $10,000 on that game right now, like.
Well, yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, but that could have happened beforehand, like before they legalized sports betting. What
True.
I'm saying is, it's just like you can't let them bet on their own sport because that the temptation of I'm going to throw the game and bet against my team.
So I don't want to.
Is gonna be there.
I don't want to spoil anything that
Yeah.
could or possibly would happen to my
Yeah, don't
ventures
incriminate
are.
yourself. Yeah.
But we've always thought about we've always held tournaments in Ohio before sports betting. Like
Mhm.
we've always had these esports tournaments.
Yeah.
They've already existed. But it's always been the philosophy of that is like what you're saying, betting on yourself. So if you are going to enter a tournament, like if you decide to enter a Mario Bracket Grand Land on February 11th, by the way, at 1Life2Play, you put $5 into the bracket. At that point, you're betting on yourself. If it costs you $5, if you beat everybody else in the win, you can walk away with like $200 or
Yeah.
something.
Well, right.
You know,
I mean,
it's like-
there's no problem with betting on yourself in theory. I think the thing that, which I mean could happen, is you have like a hey man, I'm gonna give you this money. You go bet against my team,
yeah, because
so they don't see me.
I'm going to turn it over.
Yeah,
this
so-
many times. Like I'm going to foul out.
Yeah,
do
like hey,
something
I'm gonna throw a pick on purpose.
Yeah.
Here, bet against me. Like that's the issue, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're a registered professional athlete,
It doesn't seem like it pays. It's going to pay off as much to do that,
yeah,
unless But I mean, it really just takes me back to the movie Celtic Pride.
yeah. I mean, I guess maybe if you're a member of a players union, you shouldn't be allowed to bet on that sport
or sports at all.
or sports at all.
Or sports at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're being compensated well enough that it's all right.
Yeah, but I don't see a problem with.
But like, I mean, Bernie Kosar just got fired because he placed a bet. I think that's a little ridiculous.
Well, he worked for the organization.
I know, but it's like he's got CTE.
He just forgot.
It's just like you gotta give
then-
him some leeway.
Did he really say he was donating it
Yeah.
before he had placed it, or at the
I
time that
believe
he
so.
was
Yeah,
talking
it
about
was
it?
all like a stunt, but I can't believe somebody from the organization said, "Hey, you can't do that, man." Like it was.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta
mean,
run that.
Why
you
didn't the
gotta run-
org place the bet? Like,
I don't.
oh my goodness.
What, who plays the bet?
The whatever charity or org, why
Yeah.
didn't they
Oh,
place the
yeah, I
bet?
don't
Well, 'cause
know.
it-
Probably because they don't want to look like gamblers.
Yeah, that's
The
probably
charity probably is well. And
Also,
what money
it was
are
a
they- would they be
shitty bet.
using?
Let's be honest.
How do you gamble a donation? though?
You-
Like,
you-
can I just get the donation?
Yeah, we could have just had that $19,000
Right.
and been fine, and now it's gone.
That's so stupid.
It's very stupid. All right, you guys want to do this speed run?
I think.
Let's do it.
Sure.
All right, Larry, I'm gonna have you
Yeah.
go first if you don't mind.
Okay.
Actually, go. I'm gonna have you move to that seat because that
Okay.
camera's pointing at it.
Nice.
So we got a little setup
I
here.
can't play with no.
Yeah, you can't be wiggling it around.
Dude, is this on?
Yeah, that's just that mic's on, so you can speak in there. And I mean, you know how to use a switch. I don't fucking gotta.
I think I do.
Yeah, and it should be ready to go. Can you? Yeah,
Yeah,
that should
I'm
be
trying
good. Let me adjust the camera just.
I'm gonna start on 1-1, huh? Oh man, I have not done this in so long.
All right. You know, let's
Okay,
turn
I'm
some
gonna try
volume
to-
on just for some-
Yeah, my bad. Oh, that was that. Okay. Oh boy.
All
A
right.
is the jump, right?
A is the jump.
The D-pad works on this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not trying to get anything, right? Because
I mean, you're just trying to go as fast as you can.
Oh no! No!
I will give you 3 tries. Oh, well,
Okay.
you know, however many lives you have is how many tries you get. So I think you got 4 lives. So
I was supposed to jump under him.
There you go. You're moving a little faster this time. Just going for it. Oop.
That's what I was trying to do the first time.
Yeah. Ooh.
Go down. Go down. Oh no!
Oh. Ooh, that was close. All right, you're there.
260 left on the clock.
260 left. All right, AJ, you're up.
Oh man, that was tough.
All right,
This has been a very, very long
Remember
time.
your time.
Sweating
Remember your
bullets.
time. All right, we're gonna reset it real quick.
I'm sweating fire bullets. Pew pew pew.
The music in these old Mario games is the best. Can you try to hold it so that they
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hold it where it's at your advantage.
It's okay. Yeah. All right, here goes AJ. 260 is the time to beat.
Oh shit.
Oh,
You get 4 tries though.
4 tries. All right.
Yeah.
I did it on my
This has been a
second. I did it on my
very, very long
second
Do
time.
that
time.
a second. Yeah.
Does that count for anything? Is that like?
I mean,
minus-
if it comes down, if I get 262 and it's my 3rd try,
Oh, I
all right, you got 2 more
Alright.
tries.
What the fuck is happening?
It's Mario,
I know, dude.
and you're older.
Yeah, these games are hard, man. Dude.
Just stay to the top. Just stay on the top.
Thanks, Lee.
And you know what? Don't run into them.
Larry.
Oh, sorry.
He's hitting blocks.
Oh.
It's all right.
All
Is
right.
that all your lives?
That was all my lives.
I think you have one more.
Oh, all right.
You have one more.
Yeah, well, can you make it?
This is gonna be it. This is gonna be the one.
Oh.
You got the coin on me.
There we go. Do a little something different on the podcast. I like this.
We should tell. I got the hookup and everything.
I know we
you-
could have done
you
it
could've
like
put it
on the screen.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, and I probably could have done that if I had more time. But I thought about this like last second.
Ah.
I was like, oh, let's do it.
Yeah, I've got all the connections.
Yeah. In the future, we'll have you back. And
I just ordered some new equipment too because I want to.
go crazy on a night on the town in GTA.
Oh, yeah, let's turn that on. Do you watch ever like the YouTube videos
Do
of
I?
the
I will
GTA soap
fall
operas?
asleep to that.
all right, here we go. 260 is what I'm trying to beat, right?
He's gonna make it to the end of the first life. He's using the joystick. I was using the D-pad like a noob.
Oh, I died.
Oh, he's on his second life.
I'm on my 2nd life.
I
So
might
I
win
gotta-
this.
I'm telling you, I've been playing this game a lot, but it doesn't mean I'm good at it.
I don't win a lot of things all the time. Sometimes. You gotta get the angle. See, look, you got the angle. The camera can't see what you're doing.
I died again. Yeah, I know.
He's got
died
the
again.
advantage angle
All right,
going
so
too.
I got to beat you straight up time
You
now.
have to put the thing down. You know, it's both me and him.
I know. I'm sorry.
Look at it. Look at it right now. Look at
happening.
it.
I'll be honest. I couldn't really see what was happening no matter what. It wasn't the greatest idea.
Wait, we.
Oh my goodness.
I'm about to fucking
Guys.
AJ this.
You what?
I'm about to AJ this. I got 2 more guys. All right.
Don't hit the guys. Don't hit the
I'm
enemies.
just getting my thing just so I can have a little bit more of a chance to get.
That's a good idea. I did not think about that.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know why. Because we were trying to make good time. That's why.
Do you jump farther when you're bigger too?
I think so.
Ooh, oh. That fire guy almost got you. The fire plant. Oh no. Did he beat it?
276.
Oh, come on.
276.
And he took the time to get big too.
Yeah.
Well, you play that a lot more than I
Yeah, I mean, I it was kind of rigged in my favor, but I just want it's my podcast. I want to win.
do. Play me in some Madden.
Yeah, I'll play Madden next time. and you'll beat me. It'll be like the national championship game.
What was that, by 64?
Yeah,
what's
it
the
was
total?
65-7 was what it was, I
Oh
think.
my gosh.
Yeah, that's nice because that means everybody got to play.
Yeah.
All right. So if people want to check out 1Life2Play, they go to number 1Life, number 2Play.com.
Yeah.
All your information. I was looking at your website today. It's actually a very nice website. So many places have kind of let their websites go to shit, and you guys have a very good one, still stylized.
Thank you.
It's very informative.
I do that myself. So if
you did a good job.
If you email the address at the bottom there, you can get in touch with me if you want a website done.
There you go.
I do that.
There we go. He's always hustling.
I do that.
AJ, anything you need to plug?
No.
All right. Check out. I'm going to be headlining the show at Alex Theater at the 9. That's the 28th of January. You can get tickets at alextheatercleveland.com. So check those out. Larry, thank you so much for coming by, man. This was a blast.
I'm so mad I'm going to miss that, though.
You going to be out of town?
No, we got a
cosplay
and chill thing that day.
Okay, well, tell us about that real quick.
It's an anime cosplay event. Like, you want to dress up? We do a cyberpunk. We're doing a cyberpunk theme this month. We do one every month, but it's that same day, and I didn't.
Do you
I
cosplay?
schedule it. I try every now and then, like if I can put something together from the Goodwill.
There you go.
And I'm good. I sew, so I can make that happen. But if I try hard enough, I can. But you guys see the cosplayers that come out; they're pretty awesome.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, but you can find all that stuff on the website.
All right, 1Life2Play.com. Thanks so much for coming by, and we will see you guys next week. You want to do the Tommy bye?
Bye.
Oh, that's that.
I'm gonna come hang out at your place.
Awesome.